Welcome class. Today we are going to start the second part of chapter 13, that is direct and inverse variation. Today we will discuss about inverse variation. Already we have discussed about the direct variation. In direct variation what we have found? We have found that when the product of two quantities is keeping in fixed. Okay, so if one is increasing, so immediately that another one will be increasing. So that product you are in this way, what you are getting, that x by y, that is equal to fixed. Like in direct variation what we have seen, if the two quantity we have taken x and y, so and let it be it is 2 by 5 for the first case. If one x is increasing, let it be it's become 4. If that 2 changes to 4, in that case that y also will be changed, that 5 will be changed to the 2 times, so it will become 10. So when these things happens, we have understood that this one the direct variation. But when the product of these two quantity, that means x and y, when they keep fixed, they are fixed, that is constant, when they are constant, okay, the product of the two quantity is constant, then what will happen? Tell me. Here have you noticed that if one will increase, then obviously that another will be decreased. Let's take two number. In case of that, x equal to let it be 3, y let it be you consider that one is, I am taking 8. Okay, so what is the product of x and y? So x y stands for, in this case it will be 24. Now if x is increased by, let it be 6, if in the second example x becomes 6, so what will happen to y? In this case what will happen to y? As we are talking about the inverse variation, so in this case to keep this constant, that keep this product as constant, as fixed, so what will happen? X is already 6, so y will become 4. Then only, as 6 into 4 will be 24, so by that only we will get that value will be 4, because that product will be fixed. Then come to the third example. Suppose x, I have taken x equal to 12. X has been increased from 3 to 12. Then how many times it has been increased? It has been increased by 4 times, because 3 changes to 12. Okay, so as it is increased by 4 times, it was earlier it was 3, it changed by 4 times. So that reverse thing will happen with that y. What will happen with that one? It will be as it was increased by 4 times, it will be decreased by 4 times. So as it was 8, it will change to, that one will change to that it will be divided by 4 times, so that it will become 2. So if y equal to, we are taking 12, then sorry x will we are taking 12, then y will become 2. Why? Then only your product of x and y, it will become 24. So in this way, one quantity is increasing, another one will decrease. If one is increasing, another one will decrease. That they will keep that product of these two quantity as fixed. So when these situation are appearing, we are telling that it is inverse variation. Now if some questions has been given based on that, how you can identify which one is direct and which one is inverse? So for that easiest way, you go for that first observation, when that number of articles, like if it is increasing and the cost is also increasing, that means the both the things are increasing simultaneously. The increasing of them or decreasing of them is simultaneous, that means it is happening with the both quantity, then they are called, it is direct variation, because the same thing happening with both of them. Yes or no? One is increasing, obviously that another also increasing, that is called direct variation. But when the opposite things happen, one is increasing but another is decreasing, that things called, it is inverse variation. Like suppose that you can consider that, suppose you have given 2000 rupees and you have asked to buy some notebooks. Okay, so if you have thought that you will take the notebooks of rupees 40, now if you want to take, you that amount you have given, that is 2000 rupees you have given, and you have asked to buy notebooks for your year long using. So total money you have given, that is equal to 2000. Okay, you gone to the book shop and the stationery shop and you asked for the notebook, each notebook of 40 rupees, 40 rupees per notebook. Okay, so how many notebook you will get? Tell me, how many notebook you will get? You will get 50 notebook. Yes or no? If you are taking one notebook of 40 rupees, so you will get how many notebooks? If it is each notebook is costing rupees 40, then you will get 50 notebooks. But immediately you have seen some notebooks that at that time you thought, okay, it's okay, 50 notebook will be enough for my 1 year using. So immediately you have got another brand, and that one you have seen it is costing that rupees 50. Okay, so now you have changed your mind that you will take the notebook of per piece is rupees 50, rupees for 50 per notebook. So how many notebooks can you take? So immediately what will happen, if you are going for the higher price, immediately the quantity will be decreased. How many notebooks you can take in this case? In this case you can take only 40 notebooks if you are taking the notebook of rupees 50 per piece. So in this case what happened, see, when the price was low you have got more number of notebooks, but when the price is higher, that number of notebooks will be decreased. So by that, here what is the thing, what is the condition has been given? Because that value, total value has been given fixed, it's not changed, it is fixed. The product of these two is fixed. That if I am considering the price as x, price equal to x, price of each notebook I am considering as x, and number of notebooks, that is I am considering y. So x into y, here that price is rupees 40, then number of notebooks was 50. Yes, it was the product was 2000. When the number of notebooks, that price become rupees 50, so on that case how many notebooks you can get? You will get 40, that is also 2000. So in this way, that when the price increase, number of notebooks will be decreased, as you have given a fixed amount of money, and when the price will be increased, the number of notebooks will be decreased which you can buy. So let's come to this kind of some situation. I am going through your Viva book. Let's go for some examples. Here I have selected some questions from your Viva book, that from the thinking skill, page number 152. The first question I have selected, let's go through the question. 600 soldiers in a fort had enough food for 30 days. After 6 days, some soldiers were sent to another fort, and thus the food lasted for 40 more days. How many soldiers left for the fort? Okay, so what you have to do in this situation? See, here it has been given 600 soldier will be there, they can take the food for the 30 days, but after 6 days few has left. So after 6 days they has taken the food for the 6 days, so how many days is left? So for 600 soldiers, the food left for if 4 days, 6 days already they have taken, that means left for 24 days. But it was noticed that whatever food has been left after leaving some of the soldiers, it can last for 40 days. So if I am presenting this one in table, that is number of soldiers and days the food last. Okay, so when the number of soldiers is 600, when 600 soldiers are there, that food can last for 24 more days, if that as it is numbers has been given, because already that all the soldiers has taken for the 6 days, then they left. But in next situation, when we are going for the next day, here you have noticed that whatever food has been left, it can last for another 40 days. But how many soldiers can take that number, how many soldiers will be there, that was not given. We have to find out this one. So here what we have understood, if the number of soldiers will be increased, that amount will be, food will last, that will be decreased. So let's present this one in a particular form, that is we know that if I am considering this one as x into y, okay, that is equal to 600 into 24. So here y has been given x, we don't know, let it be x. In place of y I am putting 40, so what I am getting, it is 600 into 24. So x equal to, that is equal to 600 into 24 by 40. So let's cancel, it is 0, then it is 6. So it is 360 soldiers can take this much food for that. That means that number of soldiers, if there is 360 soldiers are there, they can take this food for 40 days. That means that amount of food is remaining in the fort, it can last for the 360 soldiers for another 40 days. So how many soldiers left? Let's come to that part. So the number of soldiers left, that is equal to, what was the total number? That was 600 and 360 soldiers can take. So number of soldiers left equal to, after subtracting this one I am getting 240. Okay, that many number of soldiers left the fort, yes. So this is the answer of this question. Let's come to the second, third question of this part. That is, 9 men working 6 hours a day earn 9,450 per week. Okay, what will be the earning per week for 6 men working 8 hours a day? Okay, so if I am calculating the hours, let me calculate the hours. 9 men working, so if I am considering it is for 1, so how many hour we are getting? Total number of hour I am doing, question number 3, total number of hour working, that is equal to how much? In first situation it has been given 9 men is working for 6 hours, that means total hour is equal to 54 hours. Okay, and by that how much they are earning? By 54 hours working, they earn, how much they earn? It has been given rupees 9,450. In next situation it has been given, then if 6 men working 8 hours a day, so what is the total working hour? So in next situation, total working hour equal to, total working hour in next situation is equal to how much? It is given 6 men is working for 8 hours, that is equal to 48 hours. Okay, now how much they will earn? Let's put this one in table. It is number of hours by, that is amount they are getting or the money they received. Okay, now first one, if number of hours, it is 54 hours. When they are working for 54 hours, they are getting 9,450. Okay, now in second situation it has been given, so if they are working for 48 hours, how much they will earn? So by that we can find out that if the number of hours is increasing, that amount is increasing, but when the number of hours of work is decreasing, then amount will decrease. So let's that means here which situation we are going to follow? Here we are going to follow that direct relation. So let's find out how many works. If I am considering this one as y, so what I will get? In case of the direct variation, we know that it will be x by y equal to, here first one is 54 by 9,450, that is equal to 48 by y. We don't know what it is, so let's come to that one. Here it is 54y is equal to 48 into 9,450. So y equal to 48 into 9,450 divided by 54. So let's cancel. When I am cancelling this one, 6 9 jar, 6 8 jar, then it is 9 1 jar, then 0, 9 5 jar, then 0. Okay, let's multiply these two. After multiplying this one, what I am getting? 8 0s are 0, 8 5s are 40, 8 it is 4. Okay, so how much they will earn if they are working for 48 hours? They will earn for 8,440. So here this is the situation where we are following the direct variation. So I hope you people are clear about this one. Last questions of this part I am going to do, that is question number 3. It is Here in this question you have asked if 8% can wave 160 sols in 5 days. So what you will do? First you will find out the total working hour, or you can consider this one that one man will take how much time, or it can be considered as how many days a person can take. Okay, so question number 4, let's consider one person will do in how many days? If 8% can do in 5 days, so 8 into 5, that means 40 days. Okay, so in 40 days how many shawls he can wave? So in 40 days one person wave how many shawls? 160 shawls. Yes, it is given shawls. So in one day one person how many shawls can wave? It is by 40, so it will be 4 shawls. Okay, so that one we have got. Let's come to the second situation. If 3 persons are there for 14 days, so 3 persons in 14 days means what we can do? We can consider this one that how many person? It can be considered at 3 into 14, that means 42 persons. If we are considering 3 into 14, that is equal to how many person we can get? That is equal to 42 persons. Okay, how many days they will take, or how many shawls they can make? So if one person wave, or yes, it is given wave 160 shawls in one day, sorry, it is 4 shawls in one day, then 42 person wave how many? 4 into 42 shawls in one day. Okay, so what we are getting? 4 into 42 means 4 2s are 8, 4 4s are 16. So in that 3 person in 14 days they can wave 168 shawls. Okay, so this is the solution of these 3 questions. I hope you can solve the rest of the questions of your chapter. So let's try.